absolutely. And depending on the study you read and the source, non-communicable diseases it's like 80 to 90% associated with lifestyle factors, and this is such a big lifestyle factor that we can have an impact on just by reducing food insecurity and prioritizing healthier foods. And it can have such a big impact, as we saw with that study that I mentioned from Matsafarian. So hopefully, by incentivizing this program, particularly in the Richmond and Virginia area, physicians can rest assured knowing that their patients have food security, and their treatment recommendations can be implemented much easier when we say, hey, you should eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. People will actually be able to follow through on that if they're food insecure and have access to these programs.
Yeah, and I think that to us talking about this and having conversations and bringing awareness like we're trying to do, through these YouTube shorts, etc., is kind of how you have to get started. If there's a will, there's a way, and right now there ain't too much of a will. So, there's just people aren't aware of this. They aren't aware of how great of a program this is, how great of a program it could be. And in order for people to go up to, politicians, for them to feel some pressure behind this, rather than just two dudes showing up to the Capitol, you would have to get some people behind you. And when you get those people behind you, then you can address these systems issues. Because honestly, it's not going to be that hard. You're talking about a little bit of budget reconciliation, a little bit of, how do we make a payment structure a little bit better? How do we do these small things that are already problems that have been solved in grocery stores, etc. So it doesn't seem that hard to implement and streamline. And then gauging to inflation, etc., are things that you can do to make sure that the competition is equal between grocery stores and these farmers markets. And I think the second that people start kind of get the ball rolling on this, they start getting aware, they start pushing, that can really make that change. Yeah. So a lot of work needs to be done, but I think it starts with small conversations like this and moving forward. Can hopefully gain some traction.
Yeah, absolutely. This platform has been so beneficial in so many aspects, and if a podcast can sway an election, hopefully our podcast can sway some policymakers to care more about the people and just, work on food insecurity to help create a healthier population and a less hungry population.
Yeah, for sure, and maybe it can cover a little bit of pumpkin spice as well.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you today, Student Dr. Jones. Student Dr. Jones.
It's been a pleasure talking with you as well, Student Dr. Jones.
You have to cut that early.